This is a Lynk&Co 08, a plug-in SUV that marks the new era of the brand. But you can see that Lynk&Co is really taking their time, because since its first review, it has already been half a year. And now, I finally got the chance to drive it. So in today's video, let's see if it's really worth the wait. I'm Harris, you're watching Mac EV. I've already covered some basic stuff in my previous review of it, so this time I'll be telling you guys how it actually performs. Spec-wise, it got 593 horsepower, 905 Nm of torque, 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds, and a combined range of 1,400 km. Even ignoring the 40 grand price tag, it's still mind-blowing. And by the way, the spec of front-wheel drive version is also impressive. Rumor was that the Lynk&Co 08 might be the next XC60, but you might have noticed it does not have the Volvo T8 plug-in powertrain. What it really has is this EMP system that was entirely developed by Geely. Consists of 1.8-liter turbocharged engine, 3 motors, and a 3-speed DHT. Yes, you heard it right. There's a 3-speed gearbox in it. Last year, when I test drove the Lynk&Co 01 EMF, a hybrid one that also has this system, I had a few complaints, because in some cases, it felt stuttery. But now, with a big battery and powerful motors, the 08 is significantly better. The acceleration is smooth and instant. In general, the whole system is terrific, and they did put a lot of work into the mechanics, but I have to point out, it's a bit unnecessary, because they just sort of perfectly solve a problem which doesn't need to exist. I cannot explain all here, but if you're interested, I'll make a video about it. As I said last time, the 08 has a CMA Evo platform which is more capable for handling a bigger body and more powerful E&E structure than the OCMA in the 01 and Volvo XC40. Although sadly, for a 4.8 meter big SUV, the interior is not that roomy, especially the back seat. For me, it does not feel as spacious as I thought it would be. But it's indeed bigger than XC60, and all seats are much more comfortable. Let's face it, whether it's Lynk&Co or Volvo itself, the practicality will never be its best part, but it does sacrifice for a reason. Here, Chinese customers agree that the Lynk&Co's vehicle dynamic will never let you down. Even with a front McPherson strut instead of a double wishbone that found on a spec platform, in the hands of skilled and experienced Lynk&Co tuning department, the chassis of this 08 really became something else. On a tight gymkhana track, the chassis demonstrates excellent lateral support and turning agility, and the weight transfer is also nice and smooth. On the high-speed road, the car shows solid stability and a hefty driving experience, and the sun isolation in the chassis makes up for the frameless door and single-layer glass. On the bumpy city road, well, it's the only part that bothers me. I think it's due to the low-profile tires, it experienced more impact on speed bumps than its little brother 01. But yeah, the lower trim does have higher profile tires, so they might be okay with this. Words on the street is that initially this car was gonna be built on the spec platform, just like the flagship 09. But due to some cost, intelligent space utilization problem, they headed back to the inferior CMA platform. And now, after driving this car, I have to say it's actually the right call, because the difference is not that noticeable. It's still a good car to drive. The intelligent part will always let you down. This is another saying from Lynk&Co customers. The truth is, during the surge of smart car in the Chinese market, Geely has been sort of a disappointment, no matter in infotainment or ADAS. But this 08 might change it all. Let's look at hardware first. For previous models, even with a powerful Snapdragon 8155 chip, occasionally the animations are choppy, the response is laggy, and the system might be frozen. In this 08, on the other hand, Geely decided to uproot this problem. It made its intelligent cabin subsidiary ECARX team up with MediaTek, the world's 4th largest fiberless semiconductor company, to jointly develop China's first automotive-grade infotainment chip, Longyin No. 1. And this chip was then manufactured by the famous TSMC. Moreover, even though the computing power of this chip is already comparable to that of 8155, perhaps to gain more trust from customers, Lynk&Co simply installed 2 of these into the 08. Next is the software. Geely also tackled the issue at its core. Yes, Geely is incompetent in software, but it's rich. So it simply bought a phone company to make infotainment system for it. The Flyme Auto developed by Meizu is clearly smoother and more capable than previous ones, and can even let the Meizu phone to be a part of the system. Sadly, due to some supply chain, architectures, and hardware problems, this fantastic Flyme Auto cannot be applied on other Lynk&Cos. So if you got a 01, the only Lynk&Co you can buy in Europe, and you are not happy about the infotainment system, sorry, you have to live with it. Lastly, the ADAS. Even with two powerful A1000 chips, its function has not seen many improvements. But from my experience, it's quite reliable. The controls of direction, speed, and following distance are all very reassuring. Although it cannot change lane after I toggle the turn signal at the moment, the actual experience can already compete with Tesla Autopilot. Compared to the basic features, there's AR HUD that projects a 92-inch display equivalence at a distance of 10 meters does bring some new experience to the ADAS. Besides regular stuff, information related to lanes, from vehicles, and navigations are all presented here. Although it can be smoother, it looks really surprising. What's more unexpected is that you can even watch videos on this head-up display. However, are you really gonna watch a movie or some videos through AR stuff? If I really have to, this is what I chose. So in conclusion, this 08 is actually very competitive, but sadly, for Chinese consumers, it came a bit too late. From the review to the test drive, it has already been 6 months. In the past, this was okay, but now there are simply too many new cars coming out every month in the Chinese market. After so long, the hype was gone. But to our European viewers, the waiting is worth it, because it's simply a brand new all-round SUV with a plug-in system, a proper size, fantastic performance, European-style handling, incredible intelligence, and unbelievably long range. And when Volvo stop making ICE cars in the future, this could be the only Volvo money can buy in Europe with the engine in it.